Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the new topic, that is nature of management. Now, as we know that management is a very interesting and specific term. This is learned by different authors in different way. Many authors say that management is an art, some authors say that management is a science, and some authors say that management is a profession. Why it is called as an art, science, and profession? We will try to understand this with the following points. First, management as an art. Many authors say that management is an art. Why? Because number one, management is based on practice and creativity. It is said that management is completely based on the practice and the creativity of the manager. For example, if you take the example of any artist like a music artist or a dance artist, then they require regular practice of their art to become more perfect. Okay, plus along with the art they require the theoretical knowledge which they have learned. In the same way, the manager also learn many skills and many talent, or they also learn many things with their experience. That is why it is said that the management is based on practice. Together with their experience, the manager also applies their creativity, their talents, and their skills. That is why it is said that the management is based on practice and creativity. Number two, personalized application. Now, management is also known as personalized application. What do you mean by the term personalized? See, personalized means personal skills and creativity along with the experience. The manager also, or the person also, have the personal skills and the creativity in them. They apply their personal skill, they apply their personal talents and creativity along with the theoretical knowledge for managing the organization in the better way. Now, the third point is existence of theoretical knowledge. It is said that there are many systematic study material, or there are many books which are available which provide theoretical knowledge to the managers to manage their organization or to learn the management skills. For example, there are various books available to learn the music or dance. Next, management is also known as science. Why management is known as science? Let's see. First, universal validity. Universal validity. Why management is known as universal validity, or why management is universally valid? See, management is universally valid because there are many principles, or there are many guidelines which are scientifically proven to be correct, or which are logically correct, and which can be applied universally everywhere in every type of organization. That is why it is said that it is universally valid. Okay, now, coming to the next point, that is arranged, organized, and systematic body of knowledge. Arranged, organized, and systematic body of knowledge means, as science is a systematic body of knowledge, means to get the knowledge of this science we need to refer various books, we need to refer various study materials to get the theoretical knowledge. In the same way, to get the knowledge of management, to get the knowledge of managerial skills, we need to refer many books, we need to read many theories. The manager needs to understand many theoretical knowledge regarding the management. Okay, next, the third point is principles arrived after experimentation. Experimentation, it means that, see, in science everything is based upon experimentation and observation. Everything is experimented, everything is observed, and after the answer comes valid, then only it is actually applied everywhere. In the same way, the management is also, or the management principles, or the guidelines, or many theories of the management, how to manage the organization, how to manage the activity, everything are experimented, and when they proved to be right, they are applied in the organization. When the principles are proved right, when the principles are experimented and observed in the organization, if they prove to right and if they prove to be better for the organization, then they are applied in the working of the organization or the management of the organization. Next, management is also known as profession. Why management is also known as profession? The first is well defined body of knowledge. Now, first of all, you learn the meaning of profession. What is profession? Profession can simply be defined as any occupation, right? Any occupation which have which require specialized knowledge and training, that is known as profession. Okay, which require specialized knowledge and training. Let's try to understand this with the help of the following points. First, well defined body of knowledge. For example, for any professional study, like for doctor, engineers, for any professional study, we require specialized knowledge. For practicing engineer or for becoming a professional engineer, we need to learn or get the theoretical knowledge of engineering. For becoming a doctor, a professional doctor, we need to gain or learn the theoretical knowledge of the medical science. In the same way, the management, for studying or to become a manager or to study the management, a person needs to get the theoretical knowledge from various study material and the books. Next point, existence of code of conduct. Code of conduct means the legal rules. Code of conduct means generally you can say the legal rule. In profession also there are some legal rules or there are some legal boundaries which cannot be broken. In the same way, in the management also there are some code of conduct, there are some legal rules or legal laws which cannot be broken. For example, in an organization there are the code of conduct to not to use alcohol or not to smoke in the organization. Okay, now coming to the next point, professional association. See, professional association means there is a presence of professional association. In the simple way we can say that, for example, a doctor gets themselves registered with the Medical Council of India. Okay, it is important for them to get themselves registered. In the same way, the management also needs to, or the business houses or the companies also needs to get themselves registered in such association to prove themselves as the authentic one. Okay, now let us see the fourth point, restricted entry. It means that, see, in a profession everybody cannot enter into such profession. There is a restricted entry. For example, a person who is a doctor or who is practicing doctor, okay, then he must have the MBBS degree. In the same way, the manager or the management of the company or any company or the business houses requires many degrees like MBA, like CA, CS, many BTech, etc. Many degrees they require to appoint or to get the entries of the professionals in their organization. Okay, now the last point is fees as a remuneration for their service. Like in profession, when we see the profession like engineers, doctors, etc., they have their service fee. Okay, like for example, doctor gives the service to the patient and in return of the service they get the fees. In the same way, the employees or the employees of the organization work for the people, work for the client or work for their employees, and the employees work for their management, and in return of that they get remuneration, which is generally known as the salary. Now let us move to the next topic, that is levels of management. See, levels of management, what actually is levels of management? If we will try to understand simply, there is an hierarchy in an organization which shows that who belongs to which level and who has been assigned the authority and who has been assigned the authority and the responsibility according to the level or the position they belong. Now, in an organization generally there are three levels. The first is top level management, number 2 is middle level management, and number 3 is supervisory level, or you can also call it as operational level or lower level management. Generally, when you will see the top level, then you will see the top level consists of generally your board of directors, the chief executive officers, or the general manager, or the president, or the vice president, etc. Okay, they are the top heads of the organization. Now when you look at the middle level means your middle level consists of generally your departmental heads, your unit heads, your division heads. Like departmental heads means all the manager except the general manager. See, the general manager comes in the top level, not in the middle level. Okay, so the general manager, the chief executive officer, the president, they all belong to the top level. But in the middle level also consists of all the manager but except the general manager. Okay, so the middle level consists of all the managers such as production manager, sales manager, purchase manager, marketing manager, etc., who are also known as the functional managers. Now coming to the lower level, we can see the lower level is also known as supervisory level. This lower level is also known as supervisory level, or we can also call it as operational level, because this is the level at which all the operating works are done. Now supervisory level consists of the supervisors, the supervised workers, or the laborers who get the operation done. Example, the supervisors or the superintendent who are present in the organization. So these are the three levels of management, which shows the authority and the responsibility of the person. As we have seen that there are three levels, again the top level, the middle level, and the lower level. Now we need to understand what are the functions of all this level, means what are the works which are done by these function. The works or the functions of top level management, the functions of middle level management, or the functions of the lower level management. Now moving to the next topic, that is role and function of the levels of management. See, we already have seen that there are three levels in the organization, generally your top level, the middle level, and the lower level. Top level management are generally the management which only have the higher authority people, means they are the people who belong to the higher cadre, or they are the people who belong to a higher position, like your chief executive officer, like your board of directors, like your managing director, like your chairman, etc. These are the top level management. Okay, generally if you try to understand, top management are the management, or top management comprises of all the person who generally does the thinking work, or who generally does the brainstorming. Okay, they are not the people who actually do the actual work, okay, who does not execute the work. They are the people who does the planning thing. They are the people who actually plan everything for the organization. Okay, so one thing is very clear, that the top management are the one who generally does the thinking work. What they generally do? The thinking work. Now let us see what is the work of the top management, means वो क्या करते हैं, उनका क्या काम होता है, what is their function. Let's start. Now the first is they decide overall objective of the organization. The first function of the top management is they decide overall objective of the organization. Means it means that whatever the objectives are been set, it is set by the top level management. It is the duty of the top level management to set the goals of the organization, the objectives or the goals of the organization. It can be a short term goal, can be a medium term goal, or it can be a long term goal. It depends upon the activities, or it depends upon the organizational function. Okay, now coming to number 2, the main function of the top management is to make planning or to make plans. See, it is the duty of generally the top level manager, because the top level manager does what? They do the thinking work, means they actually plan everything, that what activity should be carried out, in what manner it should be carried out. So generally they plan about all the policies of the organization, so that they can achieve the already desired objectives. Okay, now Coming to the third point is it provide various resources. See, it is the duty of the top level manager to assemble all the resources such as financial resources, physical resources, human resources, etc. So this is the duty of the management, top level management, to arrange all these resources, to assemble all these resources. The main duty is to assemble the financial and the physical resources. The financial resources means your money and the capital are invested by the top level managers, and they only arrange all the fixed assets like your plant and machinery. Okay, now next point is to decide the policies. As I already told, that the top level management does the thinking work. They decide the policies, or they formulate new policies for achieving their objectives. Okay, now as you understood the functions of the top level management, now we will move to the middle level management. See, middle level management are the management, as already I have told you, they are the people who generally are the departmental heads, such as the production manager. See, departmental heads means there are different departments in the organization. There is production department, there is sales department, there is marketing department, there is finance department. So every department has a departmental head who are known as the departmental manager. They are the production department. The head of the production department is production manager. The head of the sales department is sales manager. The head of the finance department is finance manager. The head of the marketing department is the marketing management. Now we will see what are the functions of these managers. Okay, now let's begin with the first point. The first point is to implement the plan and the policies. See, the first point is to implement the plan and the policy. Now you see, who makes the plan and the policy? The top level management. Okay, they actually does the planning and the thinking work. Okay, so the top level management plan the activities, they make the policies for the organization. So everything is done by the top level management, but the top level management only makes or plan the things, but actually who implement those plans and policies? The middle level management. So it is the work of the middle level management that whatever the plans and the policies which are made by the top level management, it is the duty of the level management to implement those things in the working of the organization. Next, number 2 is to assist top management. Now, to assist top level management, see, the middle level management are at the, what we can say, between the top level and lower level. There exists middle level management. Okay, so middle level management are the management who actually assist or helps the top level management to take better decisions. Okay, now coming to the third point, that is to assign job to the subordinate. Now see, it is not the function, or it is not the work of the top level management to give or assign the job to the subordinates or to the employees. Okay, it is the duty of the middle level management to assign the job to the subordinates or to assign the job to the employees according to their eligibility or according to their skills or qualification, right? Okay, now the last point is to recruit employees for their respective department. Now, it is the duty of the middle level management to recruit the employees. What is mean by recruitment? Recruitment means generally inviting the application. Okay, see, two things here we can understand, two things: recruitment and selection. Okay, recruitment and selection are two different things. Recruitment is a process in which generally the organization or generally the manager invites the application first for the people who are eligible, then he does the selection work. Okay, so here the duty of the management is to recruit the people and select them if they are eligible for the respective departments. Okay, now moving to the third level, that is lower level management. As we have understood the top level management, the middle level management, and now we will understand the lower level management. As earlier I have told you, lower level management are the management which generally are comprised with foremen, inspectors, supervisors, etc. See, generally your supervisor at the lower level, you will find there are the laborers. Okay, the laborers or the workers who actually does the operational work, who actually operate the work. Okay, so for them, who should be the head, or for them, for the workers to look after them, the head are the supervisors. Okay, they are known as the supervisor. So what is actually the work of the supervisors? Now let's see, let's start with the first point: to arrange raw materials, tools, and other facility. Now it is the duty of the supervisor, it is the duty of the supervisor to arrange all the raw materials, tools, and other facilities. Okay, now as we know that the lower level consists of the laborers and the workers, so to provide, they actually do the production activity. So it is the duty of the supervisor that whatever the raw materials and whatever the tools which are required to do the production activity, the supervisor has to provide those things. Okay, now coming to the next: to ensure about the performance of the worker, means it is the duty of the supervisor to look after the performance of the workers, how they are performing. Means it is the duty of the supervisor to guide them, to guide the workers, or to supervise the workers so that they perform in the better way, or they perform in efficient way. Okay, without making less wastage of resources. Now, coming to the last point, that is to ensure safety and security of worker. It is the very important point. See, the lower level management, or we can call the supervisors, it is the work of the supervisors to take care of the safety and the security of the workers, because these are actually the main workers, or these are actually the main employees who does the operational work. So it is very much essential, or it is very much needed to take care of their safety and the security, so that they can feel safe in the organization and they can do their work in the better way. Now that's it. Now let us move to the next topic, that is functions of management. Like in the first video itself, in the first topic, we have studied the definition of management. In that definition we read that the management is the process of getting things done. Okay, it is the process. What is actually management? It is the process, means the manager has to use, or manager has to apply the sequence of steps or the series of functions to achieve the organizational goal. So what are the function which actually the management performs? So these are the 5 main function which a manager performs to achieve the organizational goal. ये सारा function है जो एक manager को perform करना पड़ता है so that they achieve the organizational goal. Let us start with the first one. You have to memorize all this function in sequence wise, you cannot put haphazardly. Okay, now let's begin with the first one, that is planning. See, setting objectives and targets and formulating an action plan of what is to be done, how it is to be done, and when it is to be done. See, it is the duty of the manager to plan the activities, means to think in advance what is going to happen in future, or think for the future, or to set the plans for the future, or to plan the activities for the future. Okay, so it is the duty of the manager to form an action plan, to make the plan, what planning he should make, what is to be done, means what activity or what planning or what process has to be carried out, and how it is to be done, in what manner it is to be done, what steps should be followed, and when it is to be done, means what will be the timing of that activity. Okay, so all these things has to be planned first. Now this was the first function, means planning, means they have to do the thinking work, means they have to think in advance what, or they have to plan in advance for the future. Okay, now coming to the next function of the management, that is organizing. What does organizing means? It means assignment of duties, tasks, establishment of authority and responsibility relationship, allocating the resource required to perform the planned task. See, organizing is the second function of the management. See, after the planning function, when the thinking process or the thinking activity is completed, now what manager does? The manager needs the resources, or the manager needs the material to actually whatever to set up the plan, means whatever the plan, according to the plans, the management requires the resources. So management requires various resources such as financial resources, or we can say the physical resources or the human resources. The financial resources are the money or the capital, physical resources are the assets or the machineries, or next is and the next is your human resources, and the human resources are your employees or the personnel. So it is the duty of the manager to assemble all this tasks, and it is also the duty of the manager to assign the duties, means it is the duty of the manager to assign the duties to different employees depending upon their skills and quality. He gives them the authority and responsibility, he gives them the power, and he gives them the responsibility to do the work. This is actually the meaning of organizing. Okay, so first function was to plan, means the manager plans for the future. Okay, he does the planning. After planning, he organizes all the resources which are required to start the plan, or which are required to make the plan accomplish. Okay, now the third is staffing. Staffing means finding and placing right person at right job at right time. It is the very essential thing. See, the third function of the management is to recruit and select the right person at the right job at the right time, means it is the duty of the management, or it is the duty of the manager to choose the right person for the right job according to their skill and the qualifications, so that they can do their work in the best manner. If by chance, if the management fails to choose the right person, then everything can be fault. Now coming to the fourth function of management. What is the fourth function of management? That is directing. In the simple way, what is, we can say that directing means to direct. Okay, direct means to guide. See, leading, influencing, motivating the staff chosen to perform the assigned task efficiently and effectively. See, it is the duty of the manager to actually motivate the employees, to actually guide the employees, to lead them in the right path, so that they can do their task, or they can do their work in the correct way, in most efficient and in most effective way. In most efficient and most effective way means with less cost and at on time. Okay, now the last function of the management is controlling. See, as already I told you, controlling means ensuring, monitoring the activities in an organization are performed as per the plan. See, as per the plan, the manager sets the plan. Okay, now as I told you, the manager of the organization sets some standards, or he planned some goals for the organization, or he has set some objectives. So all the workers should work in such a way that they reach or they attain that objective. If the planning, or if the planned objectives are not matching with the actual objective, means if they have, for example, if the company, or if a business house has planned to produce 1000 washing machine in a month, but they failed to do so. In a month they produced 800 washing machine, means their planned output was what? They planned to produce 1000 washing machine, but actually how much they have produced? 800 washing machine. So there is a difference of how much. There is a difference of 200 washing machine. So here the management or the manager will find out that what was the reason for this difference, or what was the reason for this deviation, and the management will monitor, the management will analyze all the activities, and the management will see where they have gone wrong, and he will try to find out the deviations, he will try to find out the errors, and then he will try to rectify those errors so that these deviations or these differences can be met. Okay, these differences can be met. Now these are the 5 functions of the management. These are the very important function, because these are the functions which you have to study broadly in the further chapters. So you have to remember very well that there are 5 main functions of the management. Means there are 5 main functions that a manager does, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. Planning means to plan for the future or to think in advance, and after planning the manager organizes all the resources, and the manager assign all the duties to the employees according to their skills and qualification. Okay, assignment of duties. Now staffing means to place the right person at the right job position. It is the duty of the manager to place the person in their right at their right job position. Fourth is, now coming to the fourth function of management. What is the fourth function of management? That is directing. In the simple way, what is, we can say that directing means to direct. Okay, direct means to guide. See, leading, influencing, motivating the staff chosen to perform the assigned task efficiently and effectively. See, it is the duty of the manager to actually motivate the employees, to actually guide the employees, to lead them in the right path so that they can do their task, or they can do their work in the correct way, in most efficient and in most effective way. In most efficient and most effective way means with less cost and at on time. Okay, now the last function of the management is controlling. See, as already I told you, controlling means ensuring, monitoring the activities in an organization are performed as per the plan. See, as per the plan, the manager sets the plan. Okay, now as I told you, the manager of the organization sets some standards, or he planned some goals for the organization, or he has set some objectives. So all the workers should work in such a way that they reach or they attain that objective. If the planning or if the planned objectives are not matching with the actual objective, means if they are, for example, if the company or if a business house has planned to produce 1000 washing machine in a month, but they failed to do so. In a month they produced 800 washing machine, means their actual planned output was what? They planned to produce 1000 washing machine, but actually how much they have produced? 800 washing machine. So there is a difference of how much? There is a difference of 200 washing machine. So here the management or the manager will find out that what was the reason for this difference, or what was the reason for this deviation, and the management will monitor, the management will analyze all the activities, and the management will see where they have gone wrong, and he will try to find out the deviations, he will try to find out the errors, and then he will try to rectify those errors so that these deviations or these differences can be met. Okay, these differences can be met. Now these are the 5 functions of the management. These are the very important function, because these are the functions which you have to study broadly in the further chapters. So you have to remember very well that there are 5 main functions of the management. Means there are 5 main functions that a manager does, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. Planning means to plan for the future or to think in advance, and after planning the manager organizes all the resources and the manager assign all the duties to the employees according to their skills and qualification. Okay, assignment of duties. Now staffing means to place the right person at the right job position. It is the duty of the manager to place the person in their right at their right job position. Fourth is directing. After placing the person at the right job position, it is the duty of the management to direct them, to guide them in the right path so that they can achieve their organizational goal. After this, the last is controlling. Means the management or the manager has to ensure that the activities are carried out in the proper way without any fail. These are the 5 functions of the management. That's it for today. We'll continue with the leftover topic in the next class. Thank you.